Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. IRS reminds foreign bank and financial account holders the FBAR deadline remains April 15th. IR 2021-83, April 9, 2021, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service is reminding U.S. citizens, resident aliens, and any domestic legal entity that the deadline to file their annual report of foreign bank and financial accounts, otherwise known as the FBAR, is still April 15, 2021. So note they have been extending other kind of deadlines and whatnot, but not this one. Still here, the April 15, 2021 for the FBAR. There's a link to the FBAR here as well. The extension of the federal income tax filing due date and other tax deadlines for individuals to May 17, 2021 does not affect the FBAR requirement. Who must report? The Bank Secrecy Act requires U.S. persons to file an FBAR if they have 1. Financial interest in signature authority or other authority over one or more accounts, such as a bank account, brokerage account, mutual fund, or other financial account in a foreign country, and 2, the aggregate value of all foreign financial accounts exceeds $10,000 at any time during the calendar year. Because of this threshold, the IRS encourages U.S. persons or entities with foreign accounts, even relatively small ones, to check if this filing requirement applies to them. A U.S. person is a citizen or resident of the United States or any domestic legal entity such as a partnership, corporation, limited liability company, estate, or trust. The 2021 FBAR must be filed electronically with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the FinCEN, and is only available through the BSA e-filing system. There's a link to that here, and that's the website. Taxpayers who are unable to e-file their FBAR must call FinCEN at 800-949-2732. I won't repeat that a bunch of times, but we have a link to this in the description, so you can check it out there if you would like to. From outside the U.S., and there's another number here as well. Penalties for failure to file an FBAR. So what if we don't do that? Penalties then include: those who don't file the FBAR when required may be subject to a significant civil and criminal penalties that can result in a fine and/or prison. The IRS will not penalize those who properly report a foreign account on a late-filed FBAR if the IRS determines there was reasonable cause for the late filing. So they're basically saying, stuff could happen if you don't file it, bad stuff. And then you might think, well, what if the time passed and I have old ones that I didn't file, and now I file it, and then I'm subject to problems. They're generally saying, we would like you to still file it, because even if it's late, so that we have the information, and if there's reasonable cause, they won't then, send you to jail, hopefully, is what they're kind of saying, because they want people, of course, to incentivize people to file it, even if they are late on it, you would think. So in any case, more details and help available. IRS.gov has several resources available 24 hours a day. Here's some links to those resources: how to report foreign bank and financial accounts, international taxpayers, IRS tax map, IRS FBAR reference guide, FAQs, frequently asked questions about international individual tax matters, and the FindSends website reporting maximum account value. To help avoid delays with tax refunds, taxpayers living abroad should visit Help Tips for Effectively Receiving a Tax Refund for Taxpayers Living Abroad on IRS.gov. There's links to all that excellent information here, and there'll be a link to this in the description.